Hey everybody, welcome back to Travel Trailer Nation. Here's your RV industry shipment update for May. Keep in mind these numbers are coming from the RVIA shipment report, which you can view anytime by going to rvia.org and just select reports. And as I always mention, remember these are just shipments. They are not indicative of sales, but we'll talk about that in a second. So it's just shipments going into RV dealerships. These numbers are comparing May of this year, 2025, to May of 2024. And as I've cautioned before in my videos, remember that 2024 wasn't a great year. So overall, RV shipments ended the month with only 28,150 units, and that's a negative 15.1% compared to the 33,150 units that shipped in May of 2024. And that kind of tells you everything you need to know about where the market's going. The RV industry is obviously struggling, but again, this is only shipments. But let's look at the specific shipment numbers. 18,376 travel trailers shipped in May of 2025 compared to 23,811 in May of 2024. And if you remember last month, they actually shipped 24,737 units. So that's pretty bleak. This puts them down 23% compared to May of 24. And year-to-date, they're only up 3.1% compared to year-to-date numbers of 2024. 5,794 fifth wheels shipped in May of 2025 compared to 5,751 in May of 2024. That's only an increase of 0.7%. Year-to-date, they're up 22.4% compared to 2024, and that's a move down from the 28% year-to-date number that they were at last month. Regardless, as far as fifth wheels go, those are still pretty good numbers compared to the slumping shipments last year where they were in negative territory. 537 pop-up campers shipped, and that was a tank for last month. They're down 20% compared to May of 2024, and they're in negative territory now for the year at minus 6%. Oddly, and I don't know how to explain this, truck campers took a huge bounce up at 556 units shipped compared to 273 in May of 24, and that's an increase of 104%. This moved them into a 24% positive year-to-date number, and I don't have any rational explanation for the bump here unless there was something underreported last month and it got carried into this month, but I've never seen a swing like this before in truck campers, so I'm kind of in the dark on what would throw that number that way. Meanwhile, on the motorhome front, all models A, B, and C are still in negative year-to-date numbers, even with an increase in shipments of 19.6% on Class Bs when compared to May of 24. But for the year, Class A's are down 5.2%, Class B's are down 6.9%, and Class C's are down 6.2%. There's no doubt that the motorhome market is still struggling, with Class B's sort of rebounding last month. So in addition to this data, statisticalsurveys.com, which I don't belong to because you'd have to pay for it, they are basically saying that registrations are down over 25%. So that reinforces the fact that sales are bad and that inventory is just being pushed into the dealerships. RV Industry Association President and CEO Craig Kirby said, while the industry continues to navigate uncertain economic conditions, the long-term pattern of growth for the industry remains, with a recent study showing 16.9 million American households indicate they intend to join the RV lifestyle. These potential customers are younger and more diverse than ever before, showcasing the wide and enduring appeal of RVing. So, according to Mr. Kirby, it's all gumdrops and lollipops. And as I mentioned before, I don't trust any of the studies that they sponsor. And I'll talk more about that in an upcoming video. But he is right about one thing: there is an appeal to RVing. And if you want to make it more appealing, let's start building better product. That's my 2 cents. Anyway, that's your industry update for May, and until next time, happy camping.